Yo, it's good. So I see some Chicago niggas feeling the way about what I had to say about the Venezuelan situation, and I get it. It is what it is, cuz. So y'all saying I'm cap. Y'all don't have a whole influx of Venezuelan gang members running through Chicago right now. Right now as I speak. It's too much shit on the news. I'm not the only blogger that spoke on this. So Chicago bloggers is cap too. I never said Chicago niggas was afraid of the Venezuelans. I said they running through that motherfucker like, you know what I'm saying? And that's fact. So one of these members, Soto, if I'm not mistaken, you know, all their names sound the same to me. He was actually locked up in Chicago. I believe at the county, one of y'all counties, precincts. The judge let him go. Now he was supposed to be detained, and they were supposed to ship his ass somewhere else. If I'm not mistaken, back to Venezuela. But in any event, they wanted him, you know, to stay put. What did this judge do? The Chicago judge? Let him go. You know, talking about, see, these goddamn sanctuary laws and policies. So he lets him go. This member goes to Denver, Colorado, and later pulls off the bank robbery that's all on the news. So it's the same dude. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna sit there and tell me that Chicago ain't a hub right now for Venezuelan gang members? Like, dude, they deep up in Chicago. That's one of their little home bases. So either y'all just don't want to admit the shit, or you're just uninformed. How you not gonna be informed about your own city though? How a Cleveland nigga telling you about your own city and you getting mad at me? Look, I'm just telling y'all the facts. New York, do you know in New York, they have stated that 75% of recorded violent crimes were committed by illegal immigrants. So New York is under siege too. And actually, New York been dealing with this situation. And, you know, they running all through they subways, raping, robbing, killing. So this is not just relegated to the streets, as I said. But, you know, once the shit start infiltrating into, you know, the upper crust of society, if that ever was to occur, you know, then all of a sudden we see some shit getting done about it. But as usual with things of this nature, it has to be handled in the streets. That's how this shit always plays out. And, you know, regular citizens hear about the shit after the fact. But we've been dealing with immigrants coming over here. I'm talking about members. You know, not citizens, members. Illegals, member, however, whatever their status is. I'm talking about members, gang members. We've been dealing with that shit. In Cleveland too. So this is nothing new. You know. So I know right now it's tearing up social media because it's new to a lot of y'all. But it's not new to niggas on the streets. But like I said, in the Midwest, we keep that shit in check. The shit that's going on right now in Chicago and Colorado and all that shit, that's some extra shit. And when I say it, I mean, I know I'm not the ambassador for, you know, the streets or whatever, but I mean, my personal opinion is, you know, an example need to be made. So, I mean, a resounding example that resonates. That they understand that they're not just going to come over here and this shit going to be easy pickings. But like I said, man, so I would never come on here, you know, to gas myself up, to put why would I do that? Because we all know the internet is undefeated. If I come on here to deliberately capping, the shit is going to come back. Now, if I put out something that's misinformative, I'ma own that shit, you know? But I'm never gonna come on here gassing to get some views. Like, no, that's not what I'm about. Like I said, man, this is not going away. It's not. I'm not trying to single out Chicago, but what's going on in Chicago is just putting it's putting a magnifying glass on the entire situation. So I understand, Chicago bloggers feeling the way. You got a nigga from outside of Chicago speaking on Chicago. Nigga, this is black community business. So at the end of the day, man, we all in this shit together. So all that woo-woo. And as far as, you so-called, Trende Aragua, you fake-ass members that want to jump on my shit sending threats. Like, y'all the last thing I'm worried about. All the shit I survived in my life, you think I'm worried about you goofies? Like, really, dog. I stand on what I said. 216 Skano from the gutter.